So let's continue developing this project. In this video, we're gonna add some events into these inputs and also this select. So let's see the React way of doing something like this. We're gonna open the form.js. And if you remember in the previous chapters, we use, for example, an ID right here. So for example, name. And then in our JavaScript code, we use something like document.querySelector. And then we added the name, then value, to read the contents of this input. In the case of React, it's a little different because they add, for example, instead of having something like this, they attach an event into the inputs. So normally, for example, if you remember also, when you create a variable like this, for example, const name equals to something like this, you use something like name.addEventListener, and then you use something like input to access the contents. Again, React make this a little different because they attach the inputs right here on the tags. So this is a little different. So let's see how this is done. First, let me add some, or hit enter right here. So we're gonna add each attribute in its own line. So probably a lot of examples that you find in React is going to be like this. And then you attach an event by adding the word on and then the name of the event with uppercase. So for example, on click, on change, on submit, and other events. So normally you're going to add on and then the name of the event. In this case, we're going to use change. Then we use on change, and then we're going to make this equals to, and right here we're going to add the curly braces. You can see that we have some HTML right here, form, div, and everything. Everything is wrapped inside JavaScript. So we're using these curly braces to tell React that, okay, everything is going to be HTML, but the part that is inside this is going to be JavaScript. So let me add, for example, I'm going to add a new method right here. This is going to be a class, so I'm going to attach an event. So normally in the case of the classes, we use something, for example, a method, let's say validate form like this, and open the parentheses, and then you open the braces. In the case of React, it's a little different because you're going to attach these methods like this with the name, then equals to an arrow function like this. This is going to be the easiest way to access these properties, these methods in React. So you can see that we have this input on change. So if you want to attach this method into this input, you are going to use this dot validate form. And then you add, for example, a console log right here that says from validate form or something like this to check that everything is working. So you can save this and open the project. Let me open the console. So let's open the console, and then when you start typing here, you can see we have from validate form. If you add something like this, let me show you the standard way of creating a method, and you save this and open the project. You can see everything is going to be fine, but normally in React, it's recommended to use a syntax like this. You are going to find more tutorials using this syntax instead of the other one. So you can see that we have validate form. Normally, React also has a recommendation for the names of the methods. So in this case, it's going to be called handle change. So they recommend that you use handle for your methods. So you can save this again, and you can type something, and you can see we have from validate form. So it's going to be this part right here. And this is how you attach a function, a method in your inputs. And then, for example, let's say that you want to apply this also here on the select. So you can use, for example, let me hit enter right here. So it's going to be like this. And then we're going to attach that same method, handle change, into the select. So let me type something here. You can see we have from validate form. And then if you make a change here, then we have this from validate form. So this is how you attach a method in React. And this is a little different than standard JavaScript, where we use document.querySelector. In this case, you are going to attach the methods like this, more in line. So in the next video, we're going to continue developing this we're gonna introduce something that is called state. So let's continue in the next video.